You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin.
What is going down? What is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is podcast number 337, and it's going to be a short one today, guys. I am sitting in the car once again, recording this podcast in about 35-degree weather because a certain somebody is up in the living room and doesn't want to go to bed. So I can't record that way. I need peace. I need quiet. So I have to wait for them to go to sleep, or I had to come out here. So I wasn't going to gamble on how long I thought this said person was going to be up, because that could be all night. I don't know. So I'm going to get the podcast done. I'm trying to get this stuff done early, guys. I got a lot on my plate. I've been trying to do a lot of things, trying to grow the YouTube channel, trying to grow a brand and do some other things too. My side hustle businesses, all of these things, guys, I got on my plate. So we're going to get into it though today, guys. I'm going to talk about a few things. We got Five Nights at Freddy's. We got Konami and their brand new brand of butter hitting store shelves once again. We also have some Switch news. We also have some Mortal Kombat 1 butter that is also being distributed in your local grocery stores. And we also have some Remnant 2 to go over, and my Anime Watchlist, of course. And last but not least, what I am playing currently right now, which isn't a lot, but there are a few games here and I want to discuss them. And you guys may know of some, you may not. Let's begin the show, guys. I'm going to start with Five Nights at Freddy's. The movie came out, if you guys didn't know. If you guys don't even know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, it's based off an old mobile game, okay? I remember my daughter, okay, who's now 20 years old. I think she was around 10 years old when she got her iPhone, and she started playing this game. It started out as, just like I said, just a Rudy Poot video game, nothing important, just one of the run-of-the-mill games, and it just caught fire. And now it is a booming franchise right now. If you go to GameStop, you can see figures, t-shirts, collectibles, all these things. And now, of course, we have a movie, and we have some actual YouTubers who made some cameo appearances. The only one I know of is Corey Kenshin. I think that's who it is. But yeah. But anyway, saw the movie with my son because he wanted to watch it. My daughter actually watched it too. She's 3. And we stayed in the living room and watched it. And I can't believe she watched the whole movie. Okay. She had a cup of juice, which she loves her juice, okay? She never lets the juice sit in the sippy cup longer than 30 seconds when she gets it, but this cup was still filled up when the credits started to roll, all right? Blew my mind completely, but she watched it all, and I thought it was not going to be very good. I looked at some of the reviews before the movie, we started watching it, and it looked like it was terrible, okay? And after watching the movie, it was about an hour and 45 minutes or so. I got to actually say, if I'm being honest, the movie wasn't that bad. I mean, I actually enjoyed the movie. I wasn't, looking for my phone. I wasn't trying to hurry up and wish that it was over or any of those things. I actually was into the story, into the character that was, the protagonist in the show, even the antagonist, which was a pretty good guy who comes from the old Scream franchises. If you haven't seen the first Scream, go check that one out. It was a good movie, man. It was a decent movie. Okay. I'm not saying it was just grandiose or anything like that, but it was definitely worth a watch, I'd say. If I had to give it a score from 1 to 10, I'd give it a good solid 7. A good solid 7. Okay. Some may argue 6.5, maybe a 6, but I think anything over a 6 is watchable. In other words, you can sit down and you can watch it all the way through without trying to look for the door. Okay. That's just my opinion, and I'm going to stick to that. But yeah, that just goes to show you also, guys. I mean, all of this is subjective, right? All these reviews, all these things. One man's trash is definitely another man's treasure. We all, know that. Well, most of us know that. There's plenty of movies that I consider some of my all-time favorites. And if I look it up on Rotten Tomatoes or some of these other sites, their reviews are horrible. Okay. So I'll say that and I'll leave it there. Also, since I'm in the car, you're going to hear some dogs periodically, like right now. I'm going to try to edit it the best I can. And I'm going to, do my damnedest to try to fix that. But like I said, guys, these are the breaks. When you're doing a podcast and you're put in a certain situation, that's just what it is, man. And like I said, if you guys, most of my OG listeners know my situation, know what I'm doing right now. We're not moving until next year to Georgia, but we got the place, we got everything set up. The only thing is we have to endure this shit here. So I have to continue to record in my car because I don't have my man cave anymore. And like I said, I'll have it again, but it will not be until this time next year, like I said before, which I can record in peace. I can actually break out my other microphone, which I haven't broken out in quite some time, my high quality mic, my condenser microphone, and all of that. But right now, we're doing this and we're doing it this way. So just please forgive me, guys, for the foreseeable future, and just bear with me. And this is just what I've got to do, because I'm still going to get you guys the show. I'm still going to get the podcast and the news and discussions out to you guys. Same thing with the YouTube channel that I'm trying to work on and do something with, all these things. But everything's not going to be perfect a lot of the time, and you just got to push through it. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm just apologizing in advance because, you guys deserve better than that, but I'm giving you the best that I can at this particular point in time. So, all right, now let's get back to the subject, Five Nights at Freddy's and, reviews and stuff like that. If you see a review, don't let that necessarily deter you from any movie you want to watch or any game for that matter. If you've seen previews and you feel like you want to play that game or you feel like you want to watch that movie, I mean, fuck it, go do it. Anime wise, whatever, you know what I mean? And like I said, you're the one that's going to make the final decision on that, and you shouldn't let anybody dictate that. Same thing, like I talked about a little bit, a couple weeks prior of, I kind of felt like I had to play all the newest games when they came out because everybody else was kind of doing it. Even if I didn't necessarily feel like I wanted to play it as much. Sure, I wanted to play Spider-Man 2, but was it a game that I just had to play? Like it was calling my name? Were there other games out there besides that I would rather have played? Yes. When I have those thoughts, I'm going to listen to those thoughts and go with that. That's what I mean by that. But anyway, the movie was good. Actually, you don't have to go to the theaters to see it. I didn't know that. We saw it on... What did we see it on? Peacock. And I think it's coming to Hulu on Halloween. So that's Tuesday. So you can check that out too. So yeah, you don't even have to leave the comfort of your own home to watch it. Just get a free membership, then cancel your subscription afterwards. If not, then, watch it on Hulu or something. There's a way. Somebody with a Hulu account, somebody maybe with a Peacock account or something, and you can check it out if you really want to watch it that bad. But yeah, pretty good movie. Wasn't that bad. Thought the story was okay. Characters, even the backstory, which I knew nothing about prior to watching this, was actually pretty cool. So I'll leave it there. Let's next talk about Konami. Let's talk about Konami real quick because Konami has had their butter on store shelves for quite some time, a long time actually, guys. And it just seems like right when they're running out of their supply, another 18-wheeler rolls up with another tub or tubs, shall I say, or tons of tubs of butter. That's a lot of T's. But anyway, yeah, Konami's back at it again, man. They're doing more fuckery type shit. And Right now, they're getting backlash from their Metal Gear Solid collection. Okay. And I talked a little bit about this, guys. They pretty much slapped everyone in the head with a foreign object, no matter what system you're playing it on, whether it's a Switch, whether it's PC. I think if you're looking at it from a gamer's perspective, if you had to pick the best version out of all of them, I'd say like the PS5 version, only because you actually get all the games on that disc. If you're talking about PC has like a lot of the biggest complaints because everything that usually comes with PC ports on a game like this is not there. It's absent. There's a lot of issues. Apparently, there's no, you can't back out of the screen and make the screen smaller. There's a lot of ins and outs that PC players are talking about. They even say that the emulators are a lot better. They give you even more options. And this is a straight port. This is basically them being as lazy as they can possibly be and say, yo, look, we're going to take the ISO, which is the actual digital data of this game. We're just going to copy and paste it and throw it onto the store for PC. That's all we're going to do. We're not going to add anything extra. We're just doing that. And that's apparently what happened. Okay. And as far as the Nintendo Switch version of it, I think I spoke a little bit about this, but one of my pet peeves when they put games out like this, guys, is that they like to take the cheap way out when it comes to certain games. If it's not a first party game with Nintendo, or if they don't have some sort of relationship with that said company, they're not going to spend that extra dollar or extra penny to go ahead and give you the disc or the cartridge that you need to fit the entire game on there. So in other words, if you're buying this for the Switch, just be warned, you're going to have to download a big majority of this game. Okay. I think there's 2 or 3 games you're going to have to actually download from the internet online to get it on your Switch. So if you were looking forward to, hey, putting the cartridge in there and just playing it from the cartridge, well, that's not going to happen. Okay. And that's the bottom line. That's what's been going on with this. There's a lot of things on here that I could go into. To keep it short and sweet, guys, I'm just basically going to tell you it's a no good. Okay. The reviews are mediocre at best. And the only reason why you got mediocre scores, which are in the 50s and 60s, is because it is Metal Gear Solid. It's still Metal Gear Solid, but without all the bells and whistles, without even some of the whistles and the bells that come with even an emulated version of this. Okay. So just be ready for that if you're going to spend that money. I forgot how much it is. I think it's $60 for the price. It's, in my opinion, not worth it when you can get these versions, a lot of these free. Okay. And you can get better versions of them on top of that. And I was looking forward to this one for the Switch, but like I said, I will not buy it. I will not buy a Switch game if it comes on cartridge and I have to download the game. Why buy physical if, especially on the Switch, if you cannot play it from there? That's why I said I'm not buying any more physical PlayStation 5 games or PS4 games unless they're on sale. I'm not buying any brand new. If there's a game I'm looking for and I can find it physical for cheap, I will get it then. But other than that, guys, that's it. Because why else are you doing it? Now, when it comes to the Switch, I'm completely, if I buy games on the eShop or whatever, it's most of the time it's because they're indie titles and they don't have physical copies. Every once in a while, if there's a huge sale or something, I will support, that company and buy it digital and then eventually buy it physical at one point. I don't mind buying a game on a super sale for, digitally, right? And then later, if I really love the game, going back around and searching out and hunting down that physical copy. I don't mind doing that if, I love the company, if I'll choose to support them that way. And that's fine. Like I said before, guys, if they're advertising the game, hey, we're bringing this back on the Switch. Yeah. And if you do a little digging and you find out that it's not going to be entirely on the disc, that means Nintendo took the cheap way out and I'm not going to pay for that. Okay. A lot of times now we have it to where these companies are just doing cash grabs. They're taking these old IPs they know that people love and they're just going to rehash them and they're not doing anything extra. They're just grabbing them and say, hell, let's put this out and let's make some more money, like Konami's doing. Konami is just riding the dick of the Metal Gear franchise. That's all they have. Okay. That's all they're doing. That's all they have. They're living out their glory days and trying to, rehash or recycle shit. And they're not even doing a good job at that. So I don't know what to tell you. Konami seems like they're not going to change anytime soon, guys. They're going to keep practicing this shitty practice, and it's not going to get any better until we get another president, another CEO. Something has to change. But right now, that's what it is. I'm not buying it, and I don't think you should either. But hey, it is what it is. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about, this DLC for Mortal Kombat 1. Apparently there is a Halloween fatality for Mortal Kombat 1, guys, and it's $10 for this fatality, or the equivalent to 1,200 crystals. Okay, so I guess crystals are in game where you can go out and get them, or you can buy them with real money, and then with those crystals you can basically buy this fatality. It's a Halloween pumpkin fatality. Okay, I bring that up because a lot of people are really mad about this, guys. They're on all over Twitter, and they're just going apeshit crazy over this, and deservingly so, I think. I mean, they just spent $70 on a Mortal Kombat game, $75 after taxes, and now you want to charge $10 for one fucking fatality. Yeah, I would be mad too. I would definitely be upset at that as well. And like I said, guys, you know, it just keeps bringing me back to this thing that I keep saying: beat them at their own game. Okay, because right now the only thing that a lot of these people have on their side is time, and that is something that they don't have on their side very long. They only have about a 90-day window to kind of like juice you out of your money, to kind of use that fear of missing out on the consumer, so that you can spend your money, and then it'll be obsolete in 90 days. Mortal Kombat 1, I'm not going to say be obsolete. I will say it will be put on the back burner because that next game up will be there. Okay. And that's when, after that 90-day period, prices begin to drop, especially around the holidays, when we're talking about Black Friday and things of that nature, Cyber Monday, all these crazy things that happen after Christmas sales, all those. So if you just hold on and wait and ride that out, you can get that same game for a discounted price. And if you wait a little bit longer, you can get it at even more of a discount. And then there you go. You can still get your enjoyment out of it, and you can still do all those things. And that's what I'm starting to try to practice now. I'm not going to keep doing this where I'm buying these games, especially if I don't have a super urge to play it. There's some games, I've talked about it before, that I absolutely have an urge to play day one. No, without a shadow of a doubt, I will buy day one. But there's few and far in between now. I have to be honest with myself and really look at myself and ask myself these questions. Is this game the one that you want to do this with? And if I can't answer no without a shadow of a doubt, then I'm not doing it. I'll just wait, right? That's where I'm at right now on that. There's just so much. There's so much that I could say, but I'm not gonna go too hard into it. I'm really not. I'm gonna try to stay the course here. My lights just went out in the car, so I'm going to put my key inside so that I can turn it on and we can get some light in here. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Hopefully this works. Yes, it does, and we're back in business. But anyway, I think that's a foul practice, man. I'm surprised that NetherRealm Games kind of pulled that shit. I'm really surprised about that. $10 for a fucking fatality. They're trying you, is what they're doing, guys. They're trying you. They're trying to see what you're gonna allow, what you're gonna do before they get pushed back. And apparently, everybody knows that this didn't work, so they're getting a lot of pushback. So hopefully, they take this and they look at it as a loss, and they don't try to do this again. That's all I can say. Hopefully, that's what they're going to do. But anyway, let's get off of that bus and let's talk a little bit about my anime watch list. I want to get that out the way. It's very boring, guys. It's very drab. There's nothing really going on about that right now. I'm watching Black Clover. I'm watching One Piece, which is extremely long. I'm around close to 400 episodes done. So been in there doing that. And then also I've been watching a little bit of Ronin Kenshin. Okay, that's it. That's all. Nothing, to write home about. There's a lot of anime I'm still waiting on. Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be, I think, 24 to 26 episodes long. I'm sorry for that beep, guys. Yeah, it's going to be a long one. So I think we're about 12, 13 episodes in right there. I haven't started that yet. Like I said, I wanted to binge watch that. So that's going to be a nice long little series right there. Everything else, man, I'm just kind of playing it by ear, man, I've got a lot on my plate. I haven't had time to watch a lot of anime, though, as of late, guys. I've just been really focused on these last couple of things that I've been trying to do, and that's what I've been doing, man. Head to the grindstone. That's the anime watch list. I want to talk about the Switch OLED because they're doing something a little different, okay? For the last 2 or 3 years, Nintendo has been, when it comes to the holidays, of course, they have been putting out these bundles, all right? And it's been the same fucking bundle pretty much for the last few years, and it's been that that Mario 8 Deluxe bundle. Okay, you get the Mario 8. You don't even get the physical game. You get, I think, the download code with it, and you get the system, right? So the only difference with this one is, which is a slight difference, that you're going to get the OLED. You're not going to get the standard Switch. So now they have an OLED version. Be looking for that around November 20th or so if you haven't got a Switch yet, which most of us already do have one. And you know what? I'm not going to tell anyone not to buy a Switch, because even though the Switch 2 is coming next year, I still would tell people to get a Switch. But I'm just going to let you in on a little something right now, a little secret. If you guys don't know, Nintendo is getting ready for this Switch 2. Okay, they've already taken their Nintendo Switch trailers off of YouTube. They've completely taken them off YouTube, right? That tells you right there that they don't want anybody getting the Switch confused with the Switch 2. They want to push that Switch 2 hard, and they're about to. And I'm talking about more so the average consumer, people who aren't into games like us, who don't follow what's going on behind the scenes in the gaming community and all that type of stuff, and that's a lot of people. Okay, that's millions of people who just have kids that want to play games and things of that nature. So we're not talking about people like us. That's who they're trying to cater to. This is their last big push for the Nintendo Switch, the original, the OG, or the OLED. This is their last push before they reveal the Switch 2. I think they're going to reveal the Switch 2 sometime in the first quarter of 2024, probably January, February, if I'm being honest with you guys. Like I said, they want to get this last push, this last run of Switches out. They're going to sell them and try to get rid of these in the holiday season, and then they're going to hit everybody with that Switch 2. And Nintendo doesn't give a fuck about any of that, okay, with any of their consoles. They did me like that with the 3DS when I bought this, I think, what was it? I bought a special edition 3DS, and then like a few weeks later, they announced the 3DS special or whatever, the ones with the little analog that looks like an eraser or whatever. Anyway, and they're going to do the same thing with the Switch 2. Trust me. And that's going to be pandemonium. I'm just telling you guys now. But yeah, they're pushing it now. So they're going to try to sell a couple more million, I guess, and squeeze that last little bit out. So anybody who still doesn't have a Switch and says, okay, let's go ahead and do it this Christmas, or they have kids that are now coming of age and they can finally play, old enough to play a system, and they're going to grab a Switch. We're going to get kind of a lot of those type of sales going on. And then we're going to get hit with the big Nintendo Switch 2. And it's going to be crazy. So that's what they're doing now with this last holiday season. And they finally said, okay, we'll give them a little bit of candy, and we'll do the OLED bundle. Okay, we're going to do that. So that's what they're going to do. I don't know why they keep doing the fucking Mario Kart 8 shit, but hey, it is what it is. If you don't have a Switch, man, go get it. I'd still tell people, even after the Switch 2 has been, even after that has been out and people know about it, I would still advise people to get a Switch, unless it's going to be backwards compatible, okay? Because a lot of people are saying there's question marks about the Switch 2 being backwards compatible with the Switch. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm being honest, I 100% think that this Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible, because they have too many Switches out here. They be cutting off the lifeline of all of the other players, guys. They be ostracizing them, and they're not going to sell 100 million Switches in, the first year. It's just not going to happen. So they want to sell as many Switch 2s as possible. They're going to sell out. I think we all know that. But still, what about all the people who still want one, who aren't going to be able to get one? What are they going to do? How are you going to still get those products to them? And then you still have these Switch games out here. So you got to make it backwards compatible so that everybody can get a piece of that. You know what I mean? And then I would say, after they announce that, and if you do have them say, oh yeah, you're going to be able to play your Switch games on the Switch 2. Then I'd say, hold your horses, stop. That money you were going to use to buy the Switch, save it for the Switch 2. That's why they're not saying anything about the Switch 2 right now, because it's too close to Christmas and they want to make those holiday sales. The Switch is already out there in stores and it's out available everywhere so people can pick it up, but the Switch 2 isn't ready to come out yet. So they still want to keep that money flowing, guys. So what they're going to do is keep their mouths closed until after the holiday season so they can get that last bump, and then they can fucking make all the investors happy when the next meeting comes around for that last quarter, and then they'll hit everybody with that whammy. Boom, we got the Nintendo Switch 2. And then that's when they keep it flowing in. Okay, so they're going to sell it all. as much as they can. And then I think hopefully those Switches will at least be at a discounted price, and if you're a huge Nintendo fan and you just want to Switch anywhere to have it, it can still be like a secondary system for traveling or whatever. It can be a lot of different things. So really looking forward to the Switch 2 and what it's going to offer and everything's going to have. But I think for sure it will have backwards compatibility and it will be using those cartridges, I think, as well. The only question I really, really have and hope that they kind of remedy with the Switch 2 is getting a actual party chat going. Okay. Just like every other console out here. Okay. Where you can actually have a community where you can talk and you don't have to do it through Reddit or you don't have to do it through some of these other platforms, guys. You can straight do it. You don't need Discord or whatever, even though Discord is cool. Discord is dope. Hopefully they have that and we can, do a native voice chat type of thing. And we'll see though. I think they're going to pull out all the stops, but like I said, this is Nintendo we're talking about, and they could do the same thing all over again and say, fuck it. We don't care. Boom. Here's our nuts. We just threw them on the table and there's nothing that nobody can do or say about it. We're still Nintendo. You're still going to buy our shit. And look, we all know that we're still going to buy all their shit. Okay. We'll see. It's going to be a hell of a year, 2024, because 2023, guys, has already been a hell of a year. It's already been crazy. As far as gaming is concerned, I'm loving this year in games. I really am. And it's been wild, man. A lot of things going down. On a side note, on a side tangent, Matthew Perry. Now, this is completely off the cuff, but yeah, Matthew Perry, man. I mean, that kind of fucked a lot of people up, man. That's all I kept seeing. And I was never a guy who really watched that show, Friends. I knew a lot of people who did watch the show, and I knew they had a huge, rabid fan base. And pretty much everybody on that show, I knew them because they were doing other projects from other things that they were doing. I didn't know him from Friends. I mean, I knew he was on the show, but I knew him from other shit, movies and stuff like that. I think the movie I remember him most in that I actually liked, I remember I was sick. I had the flu real bad and I was on the couch covered up, eating soup and watching HBO. And I think this movie came on and it was called Fools Rush In. And that was a movie he was in. It was a pretty dope movie. It had a beautiful woman in there. It was, Salma Hayek, man. Whew. Still gorgeous. But anyway, that was an awesome movie. I really liked it. And I just remember being sick and watching that movie on HBO and enjoying myself. But anyway, R.I.P. Matthew Perry. Let me get that out the way real quick. All right, now let's get past that. Let's get past the Nintendo stuff. Let's get on to this Remnant 2 situation here. Remnant 2 is my surprise game of 2023. If you guys didn't know, great game. I never played the first one. I knew they had a decent fan base and everybody was looking forward to the second game. And from what I played on it, I laid some hours into it. I put over 100 hours into that game and it's an awesome game. And they actually had a DLC, well, an update, if you want to call it that. They have, I think, 2 or 3 DLCs still coming and I can't wait to play those. But the sad thing about this, guys, is that, well, let's get this part out the way. This is the Halloween special thing that they're doing right now, which is going to be going on until Halloween, which is Tuesday. But right now they have something going on where there's an update and they're going to add loadouts. That's the cool thing. We get loadouts now, and that's set throughout the game. So no matter what, we're going to get those loadouts. I'm surprised they never gave us that before, but hey, I'm thankful now that we get these loadouts. But yes, we're going to have new loadouts now. And there's a Halloween event that's also coming out. Players are going to get to craft corrupted versions of certain weapons and all of that good shit. Okay. But here's the bad news. Here's something that kind of broke my heart a little bit. My best friend, who was a huge Remnant fan, who's no longer a Remnant fan, I guess. We bought it on the same day. He talked me into it, and then we played it pretty much together the whole time for the most part that we played it. If you haven't played Remnant 2, guys, there's some shit that you have to go through to get certain things, okay? And I mean that, okay, literally. There's certain archetypes that you have to go through hell and high water to get. You literally have to wait like 2 days and do some other shit for that to become available for you. Okay. And it's one of the best archetypes in the game. Okay. And one of my favorites. But the cool thing about that is if you have somebody or you have a friend that you play with and he gets it and you guys, link up, then guess what? You can also get it too. So he basically did all the shit he had to do to get access to this. He could have went and got it, but he said, no, I'm going to wait for him. I'm going to wait for my boy to come in, which was me. I joined his group, joined his party. We went out there. He grabbed it. And then because I was with him, I received that as well. To say all that, I'm saying all that to say this. He had over 230 hours, okay? He had 3 different characters. He had over 230 hours of playtime in this game, all right? And when I told him about this update, he was excited. He was like, cool, because he's a big Ark player. I don't know if you guys have heard about Ark, but it's got a community. It's like prehistoric but futuristic at the same time. It's all this crazy shit going on with that. I'm not an Ark guy, but he is. But anyway, he lost all those hours, okay? He went to re-download the game because what he did was he deleted it until the DLC came back up. You know, we did pretty much all we needed to do. I still kept mine on the system. He deleted his to play other shit, and then he went back to re-download it, and guess what? His saves were not fucking there. He said he saved them to the cloud. They were not on the fucking cloud. Okay, he went to Reddit, and Reddit was saying that the company posted, and they were saying that if your shit is vaporware, it's nothing we can do. It's vaporware. There's nothing we can do. Sony cannot retrieve it. And I was like, that's funny because it literally shows his playtime, 230 hours. And it even shows 3 slots for 3 different characters, but there's nothing else there. Okay, so literally when he starts the game, he's playing as if he's never played this game before. But it's kind of contradictory if you look at it. It's starting, but it says, yo, you played this for over 230 hours, but we're making you begin all over again because your saves are vaporware. So apparently a lot of people have been experiencing this enough to where there's posts and stuff on it. And that kind of broke my heart because he said, I'm done. And I understand because, like I said, all the shit he did, all the weapons, all the bosses, oh my God. I have some videos of us, and I haven't uploaded them yet, but there's some videos of us trying to take down some of these bosses, and God damn it, it was very treacherous. And I'm going to post them eventually at some point in time. So you guys need to subscribe to the channel. I'm shameless plug. Random Gameplay Pimpin on YouTube. Please, all my listeners, everybody who listens to the show, that's a lot of you guys that aren't subscribed to the channel. I don't care if you even watch my shit. Just subscribe, and then every once in a while, just, hey, take a gander at a video, take a gander at a podcast clip or whatever, and show your love, man, for your boy, all right? That just sucks, man, because that was my road dog. That was the guy that I played with, because that can be a lonely game. You know, you can play with randoms, and sometimes randoms do some of the dumbest shit. You join their game, they run around with you for a while, and then they kick you from the party. They do dumb shit like that, and that's one of the things I didn't like about the game. But if you're with somebody that you know what I mean, they're going to help you, and you're going to help them. So that's what we were doing, and I don't have that anymore. So I have to go out here solo with nobody, and I have to play with a bunch of randos, and that's just what it is if I want to play this game. Or just solo it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's looking like for my future with this game. It's still an awesome game, but I understand why he doesn't want to play anymore. And that's kind of the sucky thing when you're talking about digital games in general. Like, these are the things that can happen to you. And that's just what it is, you know? I mean, really all games, you have potential for that to happen. Any saves can be lost. I mean, I've lost a character that I created. I spent like 2 days on in WWE, okay, 2K23. I created a character. I literally made custom everything. I went on Canva, created custom gear for this guy, like shit that nobody else has ever made or wore, okay? I had my warm butter t-shirts when I came out, my entrance. I had all this crazy shit playing, guys. You know what I mean? So I'm going to eventually go back and do it when I have patience to do it again, but it's just, I don't have the time right now. I don't feel like doing it. But yeah, hopefully I don't lose that save again. But I lost that character. It was just one day we were playing, me and my son, and I came home, and then he was gone. Now, could my son have had something to do with that? It's a possibility, but he swore up and down. I don't know what happened, whatever. But he tells me he told me that he didn't break his bed in there the other day, and guess what? The bed is broken. So it is what it is. Oh shit, the rain is coming down. We're going to get a lot of rain noise now. I think that's my cue to get ready to get up out of here. I'm going to talk about what I've been playing right now, and then I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm sorry. This has just been a fucked up episode. The rain is crazy. It's got all this noise going down, but bear with me, guys. Going to talk about what I've been playing real quick, and then I'm going to get my ass out of here. What I've been playing has been a few games from the Nintendo Switch. One of them is My Time at Portia. A lot of you guys may know about this. If you are into like farming, out fighting, getting resources, building community, that's the type of game for you. I think I got it on a super sale. I think I paid like $3 for it or something like that on the Nintendo eShop. I've only been playing Switch. That's it. I haven't been playing anything else because I've been playing it portable. I've been moving around a lot, so I've just been taking it with me, and that's how I've been playing it. Also, another game I've been playing is Carry On. Carry On is where you actually play the bad guy. You play this alien. You're just this big ass blob, man, and you're literally, killing people. You can grab them, you can eat them, kill them, and basically you're trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do, take over the world. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's an awesome game. It's pretty much on any platform, every platform. I think it's on Xbox, yeah, PlayStation, whatever. It's Switch. I got it on the Switch it was on sale. Loving the game. Really fun game. And then the other game that I'm playing is a game that goes by the name of Going Under. Now, this is a light roguelike game. It's got a very unique art style, guys. Very fucking unique art style. Colorful, very in your face, kind of bright. It just slaps you in the face with the bright colors and the contrast of the colors. And then I think what makes it so good is it's very hard too. Man, this game is not easy. You can die in a couple hits like you're dead. You know what I'm saying? So, very cool game though. You play this employee or this intern who's trying to move up the ladder at this job, and your actual job, they send you down this fucking tunnel, okay, and they want you to take out these abominations or whatever they are down there, and the theme is a lot of these places, these dungeons are actually failed startup companies, and it's really cool how they did it though. And you go, your goal is to go as far down as you can, get to the bottom floor, of course. And I've never made it to the bottom floor yet, guys. I think I made it to the third floor. I think that's the farthest I've made it to. But yeah, that's something I have to work on. But anyway, awesome game though. And I've seen this game for a long time. I've seen it on like the Xbox store. I think I've seen it in certain places, I've seen it around, and I just never had a chance to play it yet. I never quite got a chance to get around to it. And then I said, okay, they have it on the Switch. Let me grab this. It was on sale. It was like $5 at the time. I think it's a regularly $20 game, but dope game, man. And I think the music is even better. Like the soundtrack is crazy good. Like just when I think I've heard the best soundtracks in anime or in games that I think I ever have, there's something else. And it's been sitting, and what's so crazy, this game has been sitting under my nose this whole time. And I love the soundtrack. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make the ringtone of the intro track for my phone tonight. When I get done with doing all this stuff, guys, I'm going to make some custom ringtones, and this is definitely one on my list right here. But yeah, excellent game. I think it's on sale for one more day. I think it goes off sale. It goes off sale on the 1st. Anyway, there's a lot of sales right now on the eShop, on the Switch eShop right now. There's some new ones too that are on sale till maybe like the 10th or the 15th of November. But a lot of them are on sale that are going to only be on sale for one more day. So definitely check those out, guys. I bought a shit ton of games. I want to say I bought about 5 or 6 games here in the last week on the eShop. A lot of them for $2. I got 3 games for $1.99 the other day. So that tells you what, I don't know what that tells you, but yeah, 3 games for $1.99. That's crazy. So you can do that type of stuff and get these bundles and stuff like that on there. That's what I use my Switch for a lot. The online stuff, the eShop stuff. I bought a fucking disc. I bought like 256 gigabytes, I want to say, of memory just for those fucking games, right? And then I have the ones, of course, the physical ones that I actually want to go out and get, like Bayonetta 3s and those type of games, all the first party stuff, eventually that I want to go get. But yeah, that's that, man, in a nutshell. Those are the games I've been playing. I highly, 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 highly recommend all 3 of those games I just mentioned. Definitely. Going Under is just a very unique game, guys. If you're into roguelikes and stuff like that and you just want something different, definitely check that one out. It's pretty cool, man. And like I said, these are the reasons why I love indie games, because they give you so many dope things, man. And I'm in love with Devolver Digital. Devolver Digital they're like to me personally, they are like the Square Enix of the indie circuit to me. Like for real. Like I love me some Devolver Digital, man. They have so many dope games. They've done Carry On. They've also done, what else have they? They've done so many dope games. Devolver Digital's like a lot. Gunbrella. And so many more. I'm going to like compile a list and break this stuff down and have a conversation about that at some point. Some of my favorite publishers, of course, Square Enix reigns supreme. Love them to fucking death. But also now I'm in love with Devolver Digital and the stuff that they do. I love, these are some of my companies. Team 17 is also awesome. Team 17 is definitely awesome as well. And there's a few other ones in there too. But right now, Devolver Digital is just doing big things, guys. Doing big things. But anyway, that's going to do it, guys. This rain is very, very Sybil-like. It doesn't know what it wants to do. So I'm going to get out of this car before it starts coming down to where I'm stuck in here. And I will see you guys next week. We do this every Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully next week I'll be inside and, all the moons will line up correctly where I don't have to do it like this. But it is what it is, guys. If I have to come to the car again, hey, I'll do what I got to do because I got to do my show every week. But anyway, don't forget, guys, check me out on all my handles. Check me out at Random Gameplay Pimpin on YouTube. Please subscribe if you have not. Also check me out at Random Gameplay Pimpin on TikTok. All my Dragon Ball fans, check out DragonBallDrip.com and go ahead and subscribe there or buy a t-shirt, coffee mug, hoodie, whatever. Anything you buy there will definitely go towards helping out the show. Also, I'm gonna nerd out real quick before I go. Kui from Dragon Ball. Anybody know that name? Kui. Some people call him Kui. Some people call him Kui. But anyway, he's Vegeta's first rival on Planet Namek. He was his rival before Vegeta actually went to Earth and did all this stuff, man. They actually have a figure coming out on this guy. I think it's July 2024, man. Blew my mind. It made my fucking day. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, guys. If you don't know, if you're new, I love Dragon Ball shit. I'm a big Dragon Ball collector as well. But that blew my mind because that was one of my favorite characters that nobody really talked about. He didn't have a huge role, but just quite big enough. You know what I mean? But anyway, just thought I'd lay that out there. Anyway, I'm out, guys. Love you so much. Thank you for the downloads. Thank you for the streams. Thank you for listening. And I hope to see you guys next week if you're new to the podcast. Join the family. Come back again. And we'll be back. We'll talk about warm butter and more shit. But anyway, I'm out. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver. And you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.